Hello Aries, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of January 8th through January 14th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now we're going to dive into your general energies. We're going to see if there are any messages that want to come through for you today, for this coming week. What is the situation? What is this all about? Well, Two of Cups. Okay, this is a very nice way to start a reading. I don't care who you are, that's a good card there. We're going to lay out the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread, and that is going to include a mystery card, a bonus card, confirmation card, whatever you want to call it. We're going to leave that right there. We're not going to look at that until the very end of the reading, so be sure to stick around to the end of this video. And, you know, hopefully that will tie the reading together and give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end. Okay, so we have major, we have water, water, fire, we have major, we have water, earth, air, fire. So a pretty good balance of stuff, I would say. I think really honestly, this is going to be such a good week for you to kind of to get all of your kind of bases established, right? To really get your foundation solidified. And what we have first off is that Two of Cups, right? This is love. This is tremendous harmony. This is between you and your person, you and yourself, you and the world around you. There's going to be such a good vibe this week, right? This is really a happy card, really an optimistic card. Whatever projects you're working on, whatever is that kind of major obstacle in your life now, your major focus, I think is going to harmonize. I think that you're going to really feel this connection to the work that you're doing, a real connection to the people that you're with. It could be a romantic partner, it could be your coworkers. There's going to be a real harmony there, real love, real sense of family almost, you know? It could be with your actual family. And I think that this is really coming at the right time for you, because I think in the last few weeks we've had a lot of this fiery energy that was trying to get started, right? Trying to initiate some new projects, some new plans, some new endeavors, maybe some new career moves in your life coming up, especially in this new year. So we really feel like there's this love and harmony between everything this week. This is amazing. This is really good energy. And crossing that, we have this Four of Discs. And this is, the key word here is earthly power, right? It sounds a little bit kind of over the top, right? But what this is you really solidifying this foundation of your life, okay? Solidifying your health, right? Getting your fitness on track with a health routine, fitness routine, your nutrition, diet and exercise, that sort of thing. Really getting your finances in order, getting a good business plan, a good budget, a good outline for the rest of the year as far as your finances go. This is securing some aspects of your home, your domestic life, right? And your work life, professional and personal. It's all really getting a good dose of this love energy, and it's really going to solidify. That's like the word that I'm feeling right now with this Four of Discs. Because this is the pouring of a really solid foundation, okay? So I think that you're doing your, what do they say, laying the groundwork for the rest of the year, okay? I think this is the week to really get everything set up, make sure everything is aligned, make sure everything is really solid and strong, make sure your foundation is good. And I really think it's being done with a lot of this love and a lot of this harmony, okay? It could be that you are... well, let's go to the past card first. Recent past, we see this Four of Swords. I think that there's recently been a situation with someone close to you that was a little bit tense. That was maybe, there was some bad blood. There was a little animosity going on, okay? But I feel like that's kind of done now. As some of the only air energy in the reading today, we have one other air card, which we'll get to in a minute. But this is the primary swords, the primary air card here. So I think recently there was this resolution to this problem that you had with someone. Could be your significant other, could be a coworker, something like that. It was the kind of the one thing that was in the way of this love and harmony that's going to be very, very important, crucial to the establishing of your kind of home base, your foundation, again, for the rest of the year, right? For the things that you want to accomplish, the plans that you have for this year, all right? So whatever this situation was, I feel like it's resolved now. And this is kind of leading to this real feeling of connection and this deepening, maybe, emotional bond that we're seeing with this Two of Cups. It's because this situation was resolved. I don't know if this was a disagreement, if this was some kind of just tension and friction with someone that you had. Now it is kind of, the air's been cleared, it's been resolved, there's been like kind of it's been a reconciliation kind of thing. So I feel like this is really, really a positive thing that happened, and I'm happy that it is it seems to be taken care of, and now the two of you can get on with some of this love energy, right? And again, this could be a coworker, could be someone in your personal life, could be romantic, platonic. Either way it rolls, it's good that this situation is done. Okay, this Four of Swords is really a good sign, because now we can focus on this Cups energy, this water energy. And we have quite a bit of water energy. I mean, not too much, but I think just enough to really make things sweet. You know what I mean? Well, let's go here to this other air card, okay? Down beneath the surface on the path of the dove, we have this Two of Swords. I think this is your kind of, your unconscious tendency, or this deep inner drive that you have to either be kind of all or nothing with things, right? And I think this is relating, I mean, in obvious ways to this situation with this this conflict that you had in the recent past, the one that's been kind of resolved now. I think it was really a black and white situation for you. I think it was either this person was with you, ride or die, that they were just 100% on your team, or they were a complete enemy, right? I think that this was kind of your way of thinking about it. That it was literally like all or nothing, black or white. There was no in between, no gray area to it. Okay, and I think this is maybe a typical way that you view things, especially conflicts, right, with this air energy. I think you typically look at things as very black or white. It's either going to be awesome and amazing, or it's really going to be terrible. Okay. Luckily, in this case, I think things are really, really awesome. Okay, because we have the resolution of the conflict, whatever this disagreement was. I think it's worked out in your favor, because we have this renewal of this love energy, this mutual respect, affection, love, joy. Again, could be professional, could be personal, romantic, platonic. Either way, it's a really strong connection now. So it's like the two of you are really on the same team again. Okay, which I think is fantastic, because that person is in some major way involved in this Four of Pentacles action with you, right? Building the foundation, getting the solid ground like ready to go. Building the solid foundation. So I think that's very important. Up above everything, the kind of the nutshell card. This is above the path of the dove. This is on top of everything, right? This is the Magus. This is Mercury, the magician, right? This is kind of a direct line with divinity that is providing you with the knowledge, the skill, the will, and the capability and the means to create the reality that you're trying to create. So I feel like you have a lot of plans for this year in general, right? And this really is the week, like I said, to work on the initial steps, right? Get the foundation laid for whatever these big plans that you have. And it may not be that you have one particular goal in mind. It could be a general success, like you really want to make 2023 your year, your best year yet, And I think you can do that. And I think that's what the magician here, the juggler, who is also the trickster, okay? So it is sort of a matter of you're setting your goals very high, right? You're setting the bar way, way up there. And that's good, because you can accomplish that. But the trick is, and this is kind of the irony of Mercury here, is that you have to begin with the bar really low. You know what I mean? You have to work on first things first, set smaller goals for yourself. Set goals that are not easily attainable, but relatively easily attainable. You know what I mean? You set the bar so high and you fall short, it's really going to wear on your confidence and your ambition and your self-esteem and all that sort of stuff. So we set the bar a little bit lower with some reasonable goals that you can just knock those goals out. And that's what I mean about establishing the foundation. Get off to a good start where it's a lot of positive, successful accomplishments that are going to really propel you into the rest of the year. Okay, and I think there's a lot of wisdom coming from Mercury, and this really is your kind of magical ability to imagine something or receive the inspiration for something, and then you work to create it. Okay, but if you're keeping the end goal in mind, the final product, the final result, you're going to miss all the steps in between. Okay, I almost expect to see an 8 of discs here. Maybe that mystery card will be that 8 of discs or pentacles, as they're called too. So that Mercury energy, that magician, is really a great card to have. This shows tremendous potential for you to really manifest any dreams that you have this year, right? And I'm talking about the whole year because I think that this week is really setting up the rest of your year. Okay, the things that you do now to get this 4 of discs firmly established, get the foundation poured first, and then you can build up from there. Okay, I think that's what this week is all about. And with all of those smaller incremental successes, immediate future Ace of Wands, you're going to feel the inspiration from that. You're going to feel the power, the energy. You're really going to be like enthused and energized by these smaller incremental successes. Okay. And again, this could be in your professional life, personal life. It could be one particular like grand scheme, or it could be a general success in your life for 2023. Okay. But I feel like these setting up the right foundation, getting kind of first things done first, starting at the beginning, is really going to give you this fire energy, and it's going to fuel your enthusiasm and your ambition and this power and energy that you feel, which then in turn is going to feed right back into this Mercury, this magician energy, and you're going to continue to formulate new plans, and your vision is going to expand. Your inspiration is going to come just in floods of this inspiring energy. And the trick really is, the key to it all is to not get too carried away and aim for that distant goal without looking at all of the steps in between, With that, let's move over to the path of the Serpent now. Your general energy, we see this 3 of Wands. Okay, this is a really strong potential for creative action, for creative activity. Okay, this is a lot of this fire energy that is kind of building up in your spirit, building up in your mind, in your heart, and in your soul, And it really is growing strong. It's really like building power. And it's the potential for that creativity. And this is really the machine that's going to fuel this Mercury energy and this actual manifestation, right? I almost wish we'd see a few more of the Earth cards here. But maybe that mystery card will be that Earth card, the discs or pentacles. Because otherwise there's not really a lot of Earth here except for this foundational card, right? The 4 walls, getting the solid ground first, okay? But there's a lot of potential for the future creative activity here. And I think it really is something that you feel in your heart is part of who you are. It's something that you believe in very strongly. It could be this really potent connection that you have with your soul, with spirit, with divinity, with this fire energy that is just, in your case, so creative. Right? So ambitious and ready to manifest these goals, these dreams, these aspirations. Now, the next card is your connection card. This is how you are connecting with other people in your life, maybe with this particular person that you had this little bit of conflict with. Because this, with the swords energy here, I feel like, again, there's kind of, you're always running the risk of having disagreements with people. You know what I mean? Not that you're argumentative or you're hard to get along with, but I think that you have a very clear vision of what you want for your life. And if anybody kind of challenges that or disagrees with that, or if you feel like they're not with you 100%, remember the black and white thing with the Two of Swords, then you're pushing them away, okay? But like I said, this week we've got that Two of Cups. There's going to be that mutual affection and love, respect, joy, beauty, pleasure. It's really that strong connection, okay? In your general connection card, we see a Six of Cups. Now this is pretty amazing because we started with this Three of Wands, right? This is the creative potential. This is you adhering to your own inner standards, your own connection with spirit, your own inner resolve, your principles, your sense of meaning, right? And this creative energy that's building up in you. The more that you stick to what you feel is true about yourself, about your purpose, the more creative energy you have. Now, with the Six of Cups here, this is you taking this kind of abundance of spiritual creative energy and having this sense of love, joy, beauty, and connection and meaning about the other people in your life. It's like a real joy to be the people that are with you. You are just so happy to be with those people. You know what I mean? The people that are close to you, you really cherish. So you've got this Three of Cups energy internally, which is your real appreciation for the people that are, on your team, that are with you. And that, I think, is kind of an abundance of this love energy, an abundance of this water energy. Now, with the Six of Cups, it's the same kind of abundant love energy that you feel internally that is then mirrored in the external world and harmonized with you. It resonates with you, right? So it's reflected back at you. So it's like the more you cherish the people that are close to you, the more you express your love and your generosity and your abundance of spirit, the more the universe is going to kind of do the same. The people around you are going to do the same. You know what I mean? It's going to be like that Six of Cups. It's going to be the outer world is going to mirror what you feel internally. And I think this is a really beautiful card. And the sixes are all about the beauty and the harmony and the balance of things. Okay? So it's really the external world, the universe resonating with what you feel inside, this kind of generosity of heart, generosity of spirit. And that, I think, is how you really relate to the people that are close to you. I think you really cherish them. And I think they're very important to you. And you find great meaning and great satisfaction in those close relationships that you have. Okay? Even though it seems like it's you're one step away from kind of, having it out with people who you feel are not resonating with you. You're quick to kind of challenge them or cut those people off. Very black and white, like we're talking about. Anytime you feel that they're kind of out of sync or out of harmony with you, we go into this swords mode, kind of the sword fighting kind of mode. But the people that are with you, that are close to you, cherish them. Okay, Six of Cups, really, really strong connections with the people that are with you. The next card is a Princess of Cups. This might be a water sign person in your life. This could be a new relationship. It could be this same person that we're talking about here, that we had this kind of conflict with, that seems to be resolved. And there's now this kind of love energy, this connection that is here, that is forming and strengthening. And they're going to be participating in some way with your plans, at least the groundwork that we're talking about, right? So I don't know if this is a new relationship or if this is just the beginning of this this restored love, because there was the tension, the conflict that was there, and now it's kind of harmonized, the connection's there again, but it still has to take baby steps, you know what I mean? Like it's still something that has to grow and has to build on itself. And that's why we see a Princess of Cups. This could be a water sign person that we're talking about, But I think this is, if it is a water sign, maybe not, I don't think it matters. The point here is that it is the beginning of this strong love connection, this real affection, this real, deeper connection with this person. Again, could be professional, could be platonic. But I think it's still in its kind of baby stages, still in its infancy. It needs to grow, it needs to be nourished, it needs to be nurtured, so this connection can really grow and be just amazingly strong, right? And I think this is a little bit of the concern. This is the concern card. It's in the position of your fears or worries. So I think that because this is still a new thing, or it's a renewed thing, it's kind of starting again, I think there's this risk that you're going to fall back into this swords thing, into this kind of the conflict, the dueling, right, the battle. And I think that's always on the back of your mind. You're always like, part of you anyway, is always waiting for a sign or, just an off-color remark or something like that that's going to throw you guys back into the conflict. Okay, so I think you're always kind of ready for that, and that's the concern with this, either this new connection or this renewed connection with this water energy and with this person here, whoever this person is that there was the conflict with. All right, so I think that's just kind of something that's on your mind in terms of this particular relationship. But the best news of the whole reading, I think, is this final card on the Path of the Serpent. And, Aries, this is your patron card, the Emperor. This card rules the sign of Aries. This is the Aries nature in the fullest, best, most productive expression possible, right? This is the best version of Aries that could exist, okay? And this is you in complete control of this creative fire energy. This is you really making plans and executing them. This is really you with the discipline and the heart and the fortitude to lay this foundation, do the groundwork, and get your projects, your plans, get your year off to the right start. This is also you with that strict kind of code of ethics, or that high standard that you hold for people in your life, which takes us back to the swords energy, right? If someone gives you a hint that they're not on your team, well then they're done. Okay, and that's some of this Emperor energy. And this is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If people aren't on your team, if they're not supportive, if they're not contributing to your health, your well-being, your success, then what are they doing, right? And that's something that the Emperor has to decide. And even though you care about people, sometimes you got to cut people off. If they're not contributing to your success, if they're not cheering you on and rooting for you, in general in life, if they don't want to see you happy for whatever reason, sometimes we got to cut people off. And that's part of the Emperor's difficult job, to be that kind of authority, to be that strict, center of power, really, that authority. But this is the best possible expression of the Aries energy, and I think this is the end result of all of this energy, all of this work that we're doing this week. We're really setting this groundwork, building the foundation in the proper way, and I think it's going to be an amazing year for you. I think this week's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be very inspiring, very empowering, right? The more things that you accomplish this week and then in the next few weeks, the stronger you're going to feel, the more energetic, the more ambitious you're going to feel, because this fire energy is kind of building on itself, and it's all being cared for, ruled, executed, commanded by this Emperor energy. Very, very powerful. Let's go to this confirmation card. I'm curious what this is going to be. Maybe some more earth energy, some pentacles. Maybe it'll be the Empress, kind of as the counterpart to our Emperor energy. What else could it be? A Wheel of Fortune, perhaps? More swords. I think that we didn't emphasize this air energy enough. I think that there is this issue with you about being not so much short-tempered, but maybe a little bit trigger happy, right? A little bit too quick to cut people off. It could be that you are a little bit argumentative. Okay, it could be that you maybe have a tendency to take things the wrong way and enter into a conflict with someone and, end up cutting them off or just being in this kind of, tense conflict kind of mode, And I think it does have to do with the black or white kind of thinking, the either yes or no, you're either with me or you're against me. Because now we're getting this Princess of Swords. So I think that the new argument, the new conflict is always just a step away with you. Right? Because the Princess is still the beginning. It's like the infancy. It's like things are just about ready to start going again. And if this is our confirmation card, I think this is the one thing that we really have to kind of watch out for. This is that mystery card, really. Right? The kind of unknown factor, or what really needs to have the emphasis this week is to try to keep this in check and not be so ready or willing to jump into another kind of, mental conflict or verbal battle or that argument with people, So I think that this is really, you're always kind of one step away from having to do this kind of verbal battling or the intellectual conflict, the communication difficulties, I guess. So that's the confirmation card, and I think that's quite interesting, and it tells me that we didn't really emphasize that enough in the Path of the Dove here, especially with this card being beneath the surface. I think this is always kind of a readiness for you to do battle. You're always just one step away from entering into it, okay? And that's something to be aware of at the very least. We're going to take a look at all of this in the extended. If you want to become a member to the channel, you can click on the link down in the description box. I do personal readings as well. Check the description box for all of that info. This was your weekly tarot reading for January 8th through 14th on Dove and Serpent Tarot, and I thank you so much.